What the juck is up, everybody? Jano here, back at it again with another video. And this one, I wanted to show off maybe a new weekly series. Well, we'll see how it goes because progression in this game, it isn't really. Look, it comes and goes. It's heavily event driven, but look, some gains can be made, and it depends what we track. We showed off Maple Hub last time, and while it was decent, it lacked a tool that, well, it maybe has this tool, but I decided to make it myself because there are a few things that I want to keep track of, and I think we should just show it off. Bam! Alright, lots of information. It looks a little small. Can I make this bigger? I should on this later. I don't think I can. I've made it worse. Alright, it's not broken. Let's just do this. Cool. Alright, I'll zoom in here. There we go. Alright. So this is a master list of all my characters. You can't see fucking shit. God damn. Alright. Don't worry. This is a one take. No editing required. I'm not restarting the video. Alright. We're getting there. Alright. This is the overview of all my characters. All the projects that I'm working on. And we'll also have some tabs here to see where some goals are at for everything that I am working on. So yeah, biggest ones is two mains, main and sub main. Adele is on the back burner because I'm just enjoying Ren, and I have the back pit on it, so of course I'm going to be focusing that for the time being. Have the daily story gang. I'm just doing dailies on these guys, various amounts as listed here. I'm also strategically using my monster parks. Hardo's getting the EXP, so I might just make a little star here. It's getting the EXP, and the Lin is getting the EXP from Arcane River on Challenger. Just a way to double dip and slowly increase their gains. Got the boss mules, which are kind of just chilling. I'm not sure if I want to take them any further. I've just been using events to get all their stuff to legendary. And then we have future projects that are slowly cooking in the corner. And then a bunch of Legion blocks. But I can get like 20 more flat strength. And of course, something that will be updated weekly is the weekly logs of how much meso that I gain. As you can see that even though I got 25 bill from bosses, I spent nearly more than half of it on just random shit. So this would be a good way to track, especially in Challenger World. 5 bill of this is, I think it's now 6 bill thanks to the Lin. Is just from bosses. The rest is just from training the Ren. So we'll be able to see their growth. And then more importantly, we'll see each individual's character's growth through here. So I've got to zoom out so you see everything. So just a cheeky little screenshot of the character info, the combat power, bunch of range. So hyper stats are maxed out on the Ren. You can see V matrix here. Fuck, it's tiny. V matrix, you can see that skills are quite low, but Janus is the focus right now. And then we can see the status of all the arcane symbols. And then down here we have gear. Current gear on the Ren. It's probably a little hard to read, but look, this is a version 1 of this Excel spreadsheet. Overview of what's happened so far, and then some just rough notes to, like, do I wait for a cube sale? Probably not, to fake 3-line. Fake 3-line would be a decent amount of gains, and then I've got a lot of spares coming up, so these are mainly the go-to. Like this boot, it's 0 stars, and it's unique still, which will be changed soon. But a lot of gains to be made on the Ren, especially if I only take things at 21 star, like a belt and earrings. That's like, it's so free to just get these, like a 22 belt or 22 pair of earrings and just transfer. I want to see, like, I'm only doing 21 stars because money is limited in Challenger Worlds. And there's a lot of gains to be made. Like, if these were the only things I was working on, 22 sounds a bit more reasonable. But for Challenger World, these are the goals for the next Star Force. And then probably after this, I'll focus on just three-lining everything. Just see what I hit first. So we can move on to the Adele. Adele's the same. Well, more or less. Did some, oh, this is a fun screenshot. This should be in next week's. But same thing. Overview of the gear. Added a bit more because it has a few things that needs to be upgraded. It does have a 21 star Berserked. I think it's just 2-line strength at the moment. I think it's 2-line strength, 1-line drop. It's actually decent drop gear. until I fix up the drop gear on this account. This account doesn't have full 200/100, and I will want to get that before if I ever do grind on the Adele, which I do, but it's depending on if we get unified cash up or whatnot, or if I want to splurge extra money for vac pets. Also, this is more of a global thing. I need to add a better way to emphasize this. I do need to learn these bosses so I can add them to my rotation, and just for more prog. Like any emblems I have on my characters, I won't be three-lining this emblem, like these level 100 emblems on my characters ever. Like my Ren will remain this until I get a Mitch's Rage, which I think is a-okay. Main things on the Adele is Arcanes are 20 stars, they also go to 22, and I'm getting a lot of spares that I'll be able to increase it. Look, we've already got, I think, yeah, I already got a spare of each and 2 spares for the boots already. Source of Suffering is just waiting for me to 24 star a Dominator or Daybreak, then I can do the transfer process, and I have a Dreamer Belt that I'll just send it, and we'll see what happens, but I will settle for 21 stars for the time being. Not sure if I want to fix the Serie A top and bot. It all depends how functional and feasible it is for me to get into doing internals. It's more bosses to learn on my end. Alright, go a little quicker because there's a lot to cover. Blaster, level 1 master is unlocked. Sitting at 150 mil. Blaster has a lot of gains. Like the Blaster is borderline as strong as my Adele if a few things were fixed up. First one is that I have a monocle that's been transposed, legacy style, that just needs the pot to be fixed and to hit 22 stars. I got the Commercy coins to send it, so that's a big one. I've just blanket valued, put them at 21 stars for now, but it has 2 superior pendants at 22 stars. The moment I get a sauce, I can just immediately get a 21 star Source of Suffering, which I may do. That's just like whatever. This isn't a main, it's just a Legion champion, so it doesn't need, like having a 22 source, I don't really need. Again, I also may take Arcane Stuff to 21, or may just settle for 18. We'll see how I feel at the time. And not a lot of these weapons need to be recubed. It's like a slime ring needs to be added. One of the rings, I do have 2 17-star rings. One of them can just be replaced by a Cont whenever I get one, or a Raw, depending what he hits first. But rental system exists as well. I should state that these characters have Wonderoid hearts. Wonderoid, does the kind of have a Wonderoid as well? Oh. Yeah, there it is. So it's going to make getting the Plasma Heart a little awkward. But big gains for this. Like this blast is at nearly 150 CP, and it has a fucking arcane weapon. So it's going to get dejuiced by the Genesis weapon. I should have taken a screenshot of its ETA, because I think I'm at like 2.5 out of 3k of the limit. So I can clear, I think, 3 bosses. I think I can do Arc, Leon, Von Leon, and maybe Lotus. I think that's the order. I can't remember shit. Alright, Hayato got some gains because I gave it a real arcane. It's sitting at 16 stars and just 2-line attack. That'll be enough for it to liberate once the rework happens. And I do want to take this. This will be another Legion champion, so I do want to get this to around the 150 mil CP, 200 mil CP, maybe a bit beyond, so I can do Enkelos. Look, I'm thinking long term here. But screenshots of the Arcane Force, we'll see how this upgrades. This guy's already level 259, so we're already making gains as we go on, as we progress. I haven't really planned much of what I want to do for the cube sale. But yeah, this is like where the Hayato is before the rework. Hunter as well made some pretty decent gains as it just became 4 set superior. The pendant went 3-line, which is quite nice, though it's going to make it a bit awkward to upgrade it to any higher star, because, yeah, I didn't really think that through. It's also sitting on a lot of double drop gear instead of actual damage gear, so, as I stated here, counters at 200, 100, but it's lacking damage gear, so I need to get, like, new, additional spare, Golix gear. You need to remake the ring and the earrings, but that's fine. Like this, that's fine. It's also still running a Tyrant Cape instead of an Arcane, instead of Abso. I will probably replace all these with Arcane soon. Probably keep the Serie A to keep it all in Serie A, get it to 21 stars. It's fairly simple. It's like what 6 to 10 bill per item, so that's fine. It's still on Absolab fans. I'm not sure how it will go next patch. Is it worth getting an Arcane fan, tearing it up, gearing it all, and then transferring it with the new secondary system they're getting? Uh, but it hasn't been confirmed in GMS yet, of course. I am making it just based on what I've seen in TMS. But yeah, lots of gains to be made on the Kana going forward. Dawn Warriors progressing nicely again. Its CP's deflated because its Arcane is quite low. Doesn't have Golik's force set yet, and its rings are looking pretty bad. I got to get Maester on this. Get the Golik's gear. And then these shoes. Any shoe you see that isn't legendary yet will be legendary come next DMT, which as of the recording on Saturday will ding to legendary because it's the last DMT of the season, of the event season. Shade was the Hyperburn. It's slowly progging. Its gear is quite basic. Everything's still 15 star, so its CP is actually decently high, despite the gear being quite shit. Like the belt is 18 star, the ring's 18 star, but it's 0 stat. I think no, it's 0 stat. No, it's 0 star. It's just 18% stat. Has a decent. I think it's because of the boss lines that's a little inflated. But for a character that I haven't really put much time on, it's doing pretty well. And we'll see how it comes along. I've made sure to list that it has no hyperstat yet. I think it's like one of the other characters I do it on. And then Lynn is the side project in Challenger World. It's got fucking nothing, but it will start to get any strays or anything extra I get on the Ren will trickle down into this account. So expect it to be Absolabs, full Absolabs within like 2-3 weeks. And it'll eventually be strong enough to start doing Golics, and then I'll start replacing most of this gear. I think most of it will remain epic. I think the most thing I want from this character is just be strong enough to slowly get to 260. So it just needs to be able to kill mobs. And like, look, Lynn's juiced enough as is. Just damage-wise, it doesn't really matter how strong this character is until it moves over to Chronos, and then I may wait for more events to like actually juice it up. So if it remains 5 mil range for 6 months, yeah, that's basically it. It's all about just making sure it's got all the symbols. It gets to 260 so it can double dip with Monster Park Extreme, and yeah. Then we have a quick overview of all the boss mules. I don't have any plans, so this is all incorrect information, but I did a quick overview of their gear to see if I do make any changes. So we can blink through these. Yeah, so symbol, like, you can see their symbols are, like, terrible. Even the card with them all unlocked, I'm not doing dailies on this class. I've already got enough on my plate, but we'll quickly go through them. Thunderbreaker's probably got one of the most... probably the one I take to 260 first out of these boss mules. When I do that, no idea. I've also got the Wind Archer and finally the Buck. And then down here we have future projects. Moj 1 for the Legion bonus. It's got fucking nothing. And then the Wild Hunter, again, it has nothing. I've been slowly trying to gear up, but we've got a couple months still until we get the Hyperburn for it. It just has to be strong enough to do some clearing. The arcs are only here because it has a lot of legacy stuff. It's like 3 superior pendants, something crazy like that. Also has a badge, which is a portable badge. Gotta love legacy content. Decent CP. I think this is enough to kill or clear Lumion. Just needs to be higher level. And offers a decent Legion block as well. Here is also a side project that will happen eventually. Look, doesn't even 5th job unlocked. Just slowly dropping gear, and I'll probably get the shoes to legendary. But again, like, this is long term. It'd be nice to be able to have this and then 6 months later scroll down to see where we began at 500 KCP. And of course the 0 hasn't been created yet, so there's nothing here to keep track of. So I thought it'd be a great idea to show this off, just to see how I plan things. It will probably get crazier when we get Challenger World 3 because we'll be able to do 14 Monster Parks per world. I am not sure how I'm going to function with that. It's like an hour of Monster Park a day. Maybe I lose interest in this game. I don't have to do that. And I also don't have all C10 mules filled out. So we've got like what? Uh, one here, five, that's six. So I got nine total champions, well, characters that can clear up to C10E plus. And then I need to decide if I want to make three more or not, or if it's nine's already too much. So we'll see what happens. Uh, yeah. But yeah, it'll be a great idea to show this off. I'm not sure how I want to keep track of these, because these are from the 29th, and this video is we're going to go up on the 31st. And we'll see how this gets populated as well as I get money. Also, we'll probably include a how much did I spend option here as well, so we can keep track of things, and it's always nice to see some stats. I love stats. But yes, I think that'll do it for this video. Thank you for listening to my hyperfixation at the moment, which is this mushroom game. Hope you all have a good day, and of course, go check yourselves. Catch you later.